Hi, welcome back to Books with Brushu. I'm Jordan and I like to drink coffee and read books. So thank you for tuning into the video today. Today we're doing my February Spinner Wheel TBR and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what books I'm going to be reading in the month of February. I've got a couple of books in my hopefuls pile because I have a few reading vlogs planned. Surprise, surprise, I've got some seasonal reading vlogs planned for February. So super excited to see if those get onto the TBR or not. So I hope you guys are having a great day and that this video makes it a little bit better for you. So before we start, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let's get into our audiobook spins. As usual, we're gonna do 4 audiobook spins. So let's kick it off. Actually, let me scoot over a little bit so I can put the wheels right here. First audiobook spin. Let's go. What are we gonna get? Okay, Big Little Lies. Big Little Lies. That is a mystery thriller by Leanne something. Let's look it up on Goodreads. Leanne Moriarty. Oh, and this looks like it's a movie or TV show or something because the cover, oh, HBO. It says HBO series. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't want to know too much about it, so I probably will not read the whole synopsis. A novel about the dangerous little lies we tell ourselves just to survive. A murder, a tragic accident, or just parents behaving badly. What's indisputable is that someone is dead. Madeline is a force to be reckoned with. She's funny, biting, and passionate. She remembers everything and forgives no one. Celeste is the kind of beautiful woman that makes the world stop and stare, but she is paying a price for the illusion of perfection. Maybe some mom drama, because now it says, new to town, single mom Jane is so young that another mother mistakes her for a nanny. Very interesting. Very interesting. So first audiobook is Little Big Lies. Let's go on to our second spin and see what we get. Okay, ready, go. And it's gonna be Woman in the Window. Another mystery thriller. Apparently this is just the month of mystery thrillers. Okay, let's look up Woman in the Window on Goodreads, which I think is I think it's a movie. I think it's a movie that I've seen. A.J. Flynn. Woman in the Window by A.J. Flynn. Anna Fox lives alone, a recluse in her New York City home, unable to venture outside. She spends her day drinking wine, maybe too much, watching old movies, recalling happier times, and spying on her neighbors. When the Russells move into the house across the way, a father, a mother, and their teenage son, the perfect family. But when Anna gazes out her window one night, sees something she shouldn't. Her world begins to crumble and its shocking secrets are laid bare. What is real? What is imagined? Who is in danger? Who is in control? I think I've definitely seen this movie. Or if it wasn't based off this book, it was one that was really similar to it. So we'll see if I like it or not. That's the second book. So we've got Big Little Lies and The Woman in the Window, 2 mystery thrillers. Let's move on to our third audiobook spin. And I'm gonna take a drink of water. And we get Fits Along. Okay, that's cool because I have needed to get back into Robin Hobb's world of the realm of the Elderlings. I think I'm still on Fool's Errand. I think we've landed on this like maybe 3, maybe 4 times. And I haven't read the book. Yeah, because it's Tawny Man book 1 and we get to read about Fitz again. The reason the Tawny Man series, trilogy, whatever, is so hard for me to start reading is because the library doesn't have them. So this is the first book in the Tawny Man series, which is in the realm of the Elderlings, and we were introduced to Fitz in Assassin's Apprentice and those books. 15 years have passed since the end of the Red Ship War with the terrifying Out Islanders. Since then, Fitz has wandered the world accompanied by his wolf and wit partner Night Eyes, finally settling into a tiny cottage as remote from Buck's Keep and the Farseers as possible. But lately the world has come crashing in again. The witted are being persecuted because of their magical bonds with animals, and young Prince Dutiful has gone missing just before his crucial diplomatic wedding to an Out Islander princess. Fitz's assignment to fetch Dutiful back in time for the ceremony seems very much like a fool's errand, but the dangers ahead could signal the end of the Farseer reign. Fitz, back at it again, coming to the Farseer's rescue. I do want to read that. I'm just gonna have to figure out how I can get it. I'm just gonna have to figure it out. Okay, so fourth and final audiobook spin. Let's go. Okay. Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale. I have been dying to read this book, so I absolutely love the TV show, which I'm not caught up in. Let's be real. I'm not caught up in any TV show or any book series or anything. I'm not caught up on anything. I love that show. So I am excited to read the book and see what it's about. I do actually have the Audible version of this book. I don't know what's special about it. I can't remember, but Handmaid's Tale, fourth and final audiobook. So we've got Big Little Lies, The Woman in the Window, Fool's Errand, and Handmaid's Tale. Good, good, good. Let's get into our physical / Kindle books. And I've got a few extras to add this month, so hold please. Okay, so we've got some exciting things brewing in the Books with Brushu channel. So if you saw my video 2 weeks ago, I have started a new reading challenge, reading series, a reading completed series challenge, where every couple of months I will be picking a book from an extensive list of completed series, a list that I've been keeping up with for the last 6 months. I randomly picked a number to pick a series to start. So the goal is to read series that are already completed. So these are series that I've been wanting to read. They're completed. I'm not gonna have to wait for any books to come out. I just wanna read 1 or 2 a month, depending on how long they are, depending on how fast I read them, etc. This is just a goal to get through series and books because there's just never enough time. So the first series that I am going to read is the Scarpetta series by Patricia Cornwell, and the first book is Postmortem. I'm going to jump into this series in February and read at least this first book, 340 pages. Oh, that might be, no, it's a little shorter than that. It's 330 pages, so it won't take me too terribly long to read, especially since it's mass market. This is the first book on the February TBR, so I'm excited about that. Now, I'm still gonna do 1 mug pick and 5 spins. I don't want to decrease the number of spins that I'm doing because I love doing the spinner wheel. I've also got some more plans brewing. That is going to be a historical romance reading vlog in February. So I've got a stack of historical romance books here that I would like to try to get on to the TBR. We're just gonna have to see what that wheel spins and see what fate gives us. So let's go ahead and kick it off with a mug pick from our Harry Potter mug. And I've got several slips of paper in here that are books that have been on my shelves for way too long that I need to get to. So let's do our 1 mug pick for the month. Okay, hopefully this one's a good one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's The Godfather. Not that you can read this, but it's The Godfather. Absolutely ginormous book. So it's in the other room, so let me go grab it. I got it. It's 600 pages long. Yeah, 600 pages long. Okay. The Godfather is our pick, our mug pick for the month. Now, This was one of my grandma's favorite books. She ranted and raved about it, and I still haven't read it. Obviously, the mug thought February was the time. Maybe this will be the month of mass market paperbacks. Okay, let's get into spin number 1 for our physical/Kindle books. Okay, so spin number 1. Ready? Go. Okay. Author first, author first. So that means we are going to go over to the wheel that has letters from the first half of the alphabet. And that letter will be the first letter in the author's last name. I've got A through M here. We're going to spin and see which letter we get, and then I'll pick that book at the end. So let's see what letter we get. B. Okay, we get the letter B. I like it. I like it. Let me just look at my stack here to see if we have any last letter B's. M, S, L, P, R, S. No B's. That's okay. We'll pick it at the end. Okay, so our first spin was author with a last name that starts with a B. Let's get into our second spin. Ready? Go. Ah! The newest book on my shelves. Oh my gosh. The newest book on my shelves. Okay, so I got 2 books in the mail today actually, so this is very interesting. The first one was actually Credence by Penelope Douglas, the special edition, which is absolutely beautiful. Spoiler alert for my January reading wrap up next week, but I did finish this book and I absolutely loved it. Could I reread it? I could totally reread it. I could totally reread it. Let me get the other book that I got in the mail today. That would be The Wraith King by Juliet Cross. This is an indie published book, and it does have not sprayed edges, but whatever they're called when they're printed and then they make an image. And it has beautiful character art on the inside. It has, you know, a little bit of artwork and a map. Just some nice details. Okay, so The Wraith King, let's read what it's about. A brutal, bloody war against the ruthless Wraith King has cost the light fae more than innocent lives. Una Heartstone, Princess of Essos, learns the price the Wraith King demands to end the war once and for all. Her. In exchange for the safety of her people, she agrees to give her life and her body to her greatest enemy. Goliah Verbane is determined to fulfill his destiny and his god's prophecy. When his seer points to the Princess of Essos as the key to the rise of the Dark Fae, he demands her submission. But when she finally yields, he realizes Una is much more to him than a priceless weapon. A mystery that has haunted Una for years awakens when she is abducted and dragged back to Mocked Mur. The palace hides many dark secrets and at least one traitor. A traitor determined to take King Gol's throne and all he possesses. What he doesn't know is that Una's magic is more powerful than he can imagine, and that Gol will burn the whole world to save her. Since I just finished Credence, even though as soon as I finished it, I wanted to start reading it again. This is a much harder choice than it should be. It's a much harder choice than it should be, and that's owing to the fact is because I loved Credence so much. Maybe I just need to take a break from it. I might have a little mentee bee if I read Credence again, honestly. So let's go ahead and read The Wraith King, which is starting a new series or a duology. I know there's a second book, but anyway, so we'll add The Wraith King as the newest book on my shelves. I'm excited about it, but then I also keep looking at Credence because it's just sitting right here. Ugh. God, I loved that book so much, which I have a reading vlog of me reading that book, which came out last week, so go check that out. Let's do, was that our, no, that was our second spin because the first one was a book with the last name B and the second was the newest book on my shelves. Okay, let me get this screen recording going and we'll do our third spin. Third spin. Okay, ready, go. Ooh, what's it gonna be? Oh, a shelf spin. Yay! Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, let's go over to our shelf wheel, which is literally just a wheel with a bunch of numbers on it. And we're gonna see which shelf we get to pick a book from. Spin. What shelf, what shelf, what shelf? Shelf number 4. Shelf number 4. Okay, that is in the living room. So let me gather my things and we'll go out there. Okay guys, a little truth time. So this is in fact shelf number 4. Well, I've read the entire Throne of Glass series rather recently. We would literally be picking a number between 1 and 2, and no matter which one it picked, it would be Godkiller because it's the first one in a series that I haven't started. And honestly, I don't feel like reading that series right now. I just don't feel like reading it. So, and it's kind of boring, and I've been looking forward to a shelf pick for a while. So I think I'm just gonna pick a number between 1 and 6 and pick one of these shelves out here and hope that it doesn't give me a 4 again, and then we'll go ahead and pick. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 6.
A random number between 1 and 6 is 2.
Okay, so it picks 2, which is this shelf right here. So I'm either gonna be starting Crescent City or Principle of Moments. We'll do 1 through 4. This is just, hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 4.
A random number between 1 and 4 is 4.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Couldn't be Crescent City. Oh no, that would have been nice. Okay, so the 4th book on the shelf is Principle of Moments. And this is an Illumicrate book. Since it was my first Illumicrate book, I wasn't allowed to skip it because in normal circumstances, I would have skipped it because it doesn't really appeal to me. So we're gonna see, but Principle of Moments is going on the February TBR. Okay guys, this is shaping up to be an interesting TBR. Let's spin the wheel for the 4th book. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, and we get finish a series. Finish a series. Okay, all right, finish a series. I'll pick that book at the end. I will pick that book at the end. So we've still got to pick a book with the author last name B and the last book in a series. Let's do our 5th and final spin. 5th and final spin. Why do these videos always go so fast? Always. Okay, last spin. Let's do it. Okay. Newest book on my shelves again. Guys, how? How? Can I really read this again? I mean, it says newest book on my shelves again, and I just, is that the Lord telling me I need to read Credence again? So do I pick Credence? Because it is technically the newest book on my shelf as it just got delivered today. Or do I pick one of the books that I got in New York since I just finished this? I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. Because I did get 4 books in New York. I did get 4 books in New York. And I want to read them all. But Credence was so good. I feel like I shouldn't read this again so soon. I feel like I shouldn't read it again so soon because I literally just finished it. Okay, let me go grab the 4 books I got in New York. Okay, so these are the 4 books that I got when I was just in New York. So, my friend who went with me that I haven't seen in way too freaking long, she got me Beth is Dead for Christmas. And it's actually signed by the author. Super cute. Beth is Dead. So it's a replay on Little Women. When Beth Marge is found dead, her sisters vow to uncover her murderer until they begin to suspect one another. Jo, an aspiring author with a huge social media following, would do anything to hook readers. Did she kill her sister for the story? Amy is desperate to study art in Europe, but she needs money from her aunt, money that's always been earmarked for Beth. Meg wouldn't dream of hurting her sister, but her boyfriend might have done it, and she'll protect him at all costs. So, Beth is dead. I also got Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose, and this is the first book in a series, and I got this really pretty edition, and it's got some character art, which a little bit of a winter scene. We got it at this Love and Legends bookstore, and I got this cute sticker. This says, this spicy new Forbidden Love series debut novel from Elliot Rose. Age is just a number and attraction is everything. Since I just am still living on the high of Credence? What happens when you're snowed in on a mountain ranch? Oh my gosh, I also got the Grace here and Princess Knight, but we're picking this. We're picking this because they're snowed in. Yep, they're snowed in on a mountain in Montana, and yep, yep. Since I can't read Credence again, we're picking this book. Okay, we're picking that book. I can't. Guys, you will see how bad I was struggling in my reading vlog if you go watch it from last week when I finished Credence. I didn't even have words. Cause I just finished editing that video actually, and I just didn't have words. I loved that book so much. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. Holy cow. Holy cow. What do I need to do still? I need to pick a book with a last name author B and finish the series. So let me go look and I will be right back. Okay, book to finish the series. I've got a couple of options and I've narrowed it down. So there's a little bit of a caveat with this. So I am officially picking A War of Wyverns by S.F. Williamson as my book to finish a series. However, I ordered the Fairy Loot Special Edition and it's supposed to be delivered in February, March. So I don't know if I'm actually going to get the book in February. So as of now, it is on the TBR. Hopefully I'll get it in February. Now, if we're approaching the end of the month and I know that I'm not going to get the book, I am going to put Road Trip with a Vampire by Jenna Levine on the list instead. So I did a little bit of research, did a little bit of digging, and it does appear that this is only a trilogy, and so this would be the last book. A War of Wyverns / Road Trip with a Vampire. Those are the ones for finish a series, depending on if I get War of Wyverns in the mail or not. So now I gotta go find a book with the author last name starting with a B. So BRB. Fucking dork. Okay, y'all, that took me a lot longer than I thought it would. So I looked through all of the historical romance books I own, which is quite a few. It's, 15, 20 maybe, 20, probably 20. None with author last name B. It's also been a goal of mine to try to get through my book of the month books. I looked through all of the book of the month books I have, 0 author last name B. So I just decided to pick one that I've been dying to read, a series that I've been wanting to get into so bad, and that would be Broken Bonds by J. Bree. This is the first book in a 7-book series, and I've been wanting to read this for so long. I wanted to read this for so long. So Broken Bonds by J. Bree is going to be author last name B, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. So we have a very eclectic mix of books for this month, let me tell you. Okay, so let's run through them real fast. Let's start with our audiobooks. So we got Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty, The Woman in the Window by A.J. Flynn, whatever. Then we got Tawny Man book number 1, Fool's Errand, and then Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Now let's get into our physical / Kindle books, which I think they're all physical books. I didn't even look on my Kindle for author last name B. Oh well. With the new completing series I'm starting, we got Patricia Cornwell, Postmortem. Our mug pick for the month is The Godfather by Mario Puzo. Then author last name B, Broken Bonds by Jay Bree. Then the newest book on my shelf, which I just got in the mail today, and that would be The Wraith King by Juliet Cross. Then we got a shelf spin, and after kind of picking and choosing, I still got a book that I'm not super excited about, but that is The Principle of Moments by Esme Jakim Pearson. Then we spun Finish a Series, and it's either going to be A War of Wyverns, if I get that book on time in February, or it's going to be Road Trip with a Vampire by Jenna Levine. We spun, and again, we got newest book on shelves. So I decided to pick a book that I picked up last weekend in New York, and that would be Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose. I think those are all of them. That is my TBR for the month of February. It's definitely interesting. I am going to still try to do my historical romance reading vlog, so that means that some of these books will not get read this month, but that's just how it is sometimes with TBRs. This is just a list of hopeful books for me to read, a list to give me just a choice. If I don't know what I want to read, pick it from my TBR. Thank you for sticking with me for this Spinner Wheel TBR. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the video next week. Bye.